British TV shows that are remakes of American ones are fewer and farther between, as the difference between British and American humor can be a significant gap to bridge. When an American TV series becomes so big internationally that it's impossible to deny its appeal, this draws attention. A TV show's popularity signals that a remake might take off. Remakes can be tricky, as creating a carbon copy of a successful series doesn't always work. Viewers tend to respond better to original ideas that highlight the strengths of the new performers and writers. Many British TV shows have become huge in the US, and for good reason. Their strong premises open the door for the American team to take liberties with the source material. Good examples of this are The Office and Shameless, two TV shows that evolved when they came to the US and became their own entities. Many reality programs have crossed between countries, and next in line are sitcoms, as family or work-based comedy is understood across cultures. The best British remakes of American TV are true to the first shows while developing their own unique style. Elaine Stritch is reason enough to watch Nobody's Perfect, as well as her co-star, Richard Griffiths, who audiences might know as a member of the Dursley family in Harry Potter. The two prolific actors came together to create a uniquely British iteration of Maude. Though the star of Maude, Bea Arthur, is an icon in her own right, Stritch is right up there with her and gives a tremendous performance within the confines of a classic sitcom. Though it only got 2 seasons, this isn't uncommon for a British comedy, as they rarely air as long as American sitcoms do. Like Maude, Nobody's Perfect took on prominent social issues through the lens of an older British married couple. The pair had conflicting opinions on the changing world, providing a multitude of experiences and opinions in the story. This dynamic of opposition is common in sitcoms and never loses potency, even as time passes. Many of the issues discussed in Maude and Nobody's Perfect are relevant today. Married with Children is a 90s TV show that's seen as problematic now. However, it was adored by audiences while it was airing and lasted 11 seasons. The show's British counterpart, Married for Life, only ran for 1, but this is likely because the Americanized humor of the show didn't translate well between the different audiences. For fans of Married with Children, Married for Life is an interesting look into how people outside the US perceived the show and what exactly made the American series so popular. The characters were all virtually the same and suffered the same highs and lows in Married for Life as in its predecessor, but it came when Married with Children was coming to its end. By this point, audiences had had enough of the format of Married with Children and were interested in up-and-coming sitcoms like Friends that targeted younger, single audiences. Had Married for Life started closer to the beginning of the other show, it might have stood a chance. Good Times was a landmark show on American TV and was one of the successful U.S. sitcoms that featured African American casts that demonstrated how important representation is on television. At its height, it was one of the most watched series on TV and followed the Evans family living in Chicago with their 3 children. Similarly, The Fosters, which premiered just 2 years after Good Times began, was the first British sitcom to have an all-black cast. Both series were developed by Norman Lear and aimed to tackle classic sitcom tropes and pitfalls through a new lens.